Welcome to ET English, the unique English language learning feature of Education Times. This recording is brought to you by Panthea Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon, Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. The Education Times comes to you every week with the Sunday Times, a leading publication of Vijaya Newspapers Limited. ET English introduces a unique way of learning English. Through stories, it has a short novel and also a picture story, both of which are being published in episodes every week. All the lessons and activities that are given in the feature are from these two stories. Many English scholars accept that when you learn a language through stories, you remember them better. Further, the picture story will complement this by adding the visual component as well, where it will help the readers create vivid images in their minds, helping them remember those dialogues and the words through these incidents. Now we're going to bring the audio version of this feature, where you can listen to the stories and the lessons. First the picture story, secondly the novel, and finally the lessons. The short stories are taken from the book The Mirror of Paradise by Asghar Hussain, and beginning with the new picture story I, Jenners, writer Ranjit Gunaratne. To get the best out of this feature, we suggest that you get a copy of the Education Times and also a dictionary. Also, it will help if you read the feature once or twice on your own. At the same time, try to get the correct pronunciation by listening to audio attentively and repeatedly and trying to read it after every dialogue, emulating the voices that you hear. We shall start now. We bring you I, Jenners, Episode 18. Writer Ranjit Gunaratne. Illustrations by Anton B. Pereira.
While Param was taking our photo with Dilki, a guy came behind him and aimed a camera at us.
Oh yes, I remember you shouting at somebody. I tried to tell you guys, but Dilki's friend barged in
and dragged me away to go get changed.
He must have taken a photo
and hacked into Dilki's FB account and posted it to look like Dilki did it herself.
My gosh, now I understand. But will others see it that way?
Let's try to convince them.
Later, at Hans's house.
Dad, you have a cybercrime unit in the police, don't you?
Yes, Internet Crime Complaint Center, or IC3. Why?
I need to find a guy who hacked into an FB account.
Yes.
No, Dad, a friend's account.
Then ask him to lodge a complaint. I will get our guys to look into it.
How lucky to have an ASP for a father. Ha ha ha.
Next day at Dilki's school. Dilki, Madam Principal wants to see you immediately at her office. Oh. What? Why? Today we bring you episode 28, A Good Medical Boy. The story continues. Based on a story by Asghar Hussain, taken from The Mirror of Paradise. Harshini then sat beside her mother and began describing herself. She said she was planning to pursue a career in banking. She seemed to know exactly what she wanted in life, but unlike her parents, had a simple charm about her. Then she asked Rajpal, "So tell me, what is life like a medical student?" "It's very interesting, really," he replied. He repeated what he had told the Herats about examining patients in state hospitals and dissecting corpses. He also said the room he shared with 2 other medical students in campus had walls pasted all over with pictures of various systems that make up the human body. He then threw in the titles of some textbooks we have read. Soon, the smells of the food being prepared wafted up from the kitchen into our noses. They were going to give us lunch. That was at least as good as what we had at the Herats. Our stomachs began to rumble in anticipation.
Activity 1. Contextual reference. Read the text and underline the correct answer. The first one, Harshini then sat beside her mother and began describing herself. The second one, was planning to pursue a career in banking. Harshini. The third one, Rajpal described the life of a medical student. The fourth one, Rajpal said that he shared a room in campus with 2 other medical students. The walls in their room were pasted with pictures of various systems of the human body. Activity 2. Match the questions in column A with their corresponding responses in column B. Column A. The first one. What did Harshini do having sat beside her mother? E. She began describing herself. The second one. What was the career Harshini was planning to pursue? A. A career in banking. The third one. When Harshini asked Rajpal to describe the life of a medical student, what did he do? D. He repeated what he had told the Herats. The fourth one. What wafted up from the kitchen into their noses? B. The smells of the food being prepared. The fifth one. What happened to their stomachs in anticipation? C. Their stomachs began to rumble. Activity 3. Read the text and answer the questions in complete sentences. The first one, where did Harshini sit? The second one, what did Harshini ask Rajpal to tell her? The third one, what did Harshini seem to know exactly? The fourth one, who had a simple charm about her? The fifth one, what did Rajpal throw in some of the books they had read? Activity 4. Read the picture story and match the language functions with their examples. Language functions. The first one, clarifying information. A. He must have taken a photo. The second one, recalling. D. I remembered you shouting at somebody. The third one, suggesting. C. Then ask him to lodge a complaint. The fourth one, asking for confirmation. B. Dad, you have a cybercrime unit in the police, don't you? The fifth one, giving instructions. E. I tried to tell you guys, but Dilky's friend barged in.
Let's look at the word bank, the last activity of the activity session. We have 11 words today. The first one, barge, means to enter a place or join a group of people, rudely interrupting what somebody else is doing or saying. The second word, convince, means to make somebody or yourself believe that something is true. The third one is crime, which means activities that involve breaking the law. We move on to the fourth word, complaint. And complaint means officially complaining about an offense or wrongdoing. Lodge is the next word, which means the action of making a complaint. The sixth word is describe, which means to say what somebody or something is like. The seventh word is pursue, means to follow or try to achieve something over a period of time. Repeat is the eighth word. Repeat means said or done more than once. The next word is examine, means to check or study something carefully. Dissect, the 10th word, means to cut up a dead person, animal or plant in order to study it. The 11th and last word of today's word bank is anticipation, which means in expectation, the feeling that something is going to happen. With that, we come to the end of the activity session for lesson 28. Dear listeners, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to our recordings. You're welcome to give us your feedback and suggestions on the phone numbers and the email address given in the ET English feature in the Education Time section. We meet again next week. The recording was brought to you by Panthea Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. Until then, goodbye and happy learning.